As a mother and a business owner, I've had the opportunity to meet some incredible people in my time. People that have inspired me, mothers, friends and colleagues. I'm so excited that you can get to meet them as part of our community. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. I've got a fantastic guest with us today, Emmy from Kiindred. And Emmy's going to talk us through this wonderful app called Kiindred. I might jump straight into it and ask Emmy, what is Kiindred?
Kiindred evolved from, I guess like any mum-centred business, it is out of a need that I had when I had my first little one. So when she was 3 months old, I was trying to find content that would help me understand why wasn't she sleeping or why was she crying so much. And I found that a lot of content out there was quite overwhelming. It wasn't very practical. And sure, there were apps, but it was very focused on the baby. So a lot of what we do is around, as much as it's education, it's around lifestyle as well. So how is mum feeling and how can we support mums? So yeah, so the app is age-based and need-based. So that means we can identify exactly how old the little one is when they're born or when you're pregnant, and then target the information based on the age. So knowing perhaps when you're about to introduce solids, how can we support you there? Is it that we, call on our nutritionist to give you information about the signs to look for and recipes, or perhaps it's the right products that you might need to get you through as well.
So Emmy, how important is community for new and expecting parents?
I think it's very important, and I think a lot of what we see, well, especially in my case, when I was, a couple of weeks in, I didn't want to go to mother's group, and I was really a bit defiant and said, I don't need any new friends, but in fact, I had no friends that had kids, so it was my husband that pushed me to go along, and these are the people that are in my life until today. So I think, obviously with the current situation as well, online's going to play a very important part. So you might not be having those physical connections at the moment, but we have incredible resources where you can be put in contact online with other mothers, but not forgetting the experts as well. And that's something that we hope to play a very important role in. How can we get that incredible expert content right to you when you need it, so you can stay in touch online, you can feel that you're supported as well. Yeah. And also too, gone are the days where you do have to sift through all of this very long written form content. We do a lot of video because we want to get, like we are now, get together, have a conversation. This is real life experience that we're having, and we know that other parents are going through it as well.
Do you have any tips for working from home with, 3 kids?
Oh, where do I start? It's funny, I was doing a talk on this morning, and it's something that I am very passionate about, especially at the moment. So the things I always come back to are mindset and routine. And for anyone that's followed the Kiindred journey for a while, they'll know I talk a lot about this. But I think, when we're put in a moment of stress or an immediate situation, we often see challenges. We're in this kind of reactive state, and we are a bit stressed out. I've seen, kindergarten parents worrying about educating their children all of a sudden and really taking it personally and getting stressed, when really we just need to flip that mindset and be in a proactive approach. How can we get organised? How can we be thankful that, our children are home, they're safe, they're loved, and that's really all that they need. So this isn't an obligation about working from home, that it is a fortunate situation that you're in, and how can you plan effectively to make sure that it runs smoothly. And that's where routines come in.
So Emmy, I have to ask the question, what is your best parenting advice that you can offer our community?
There are so many good tips that I've got throughout the way, but something that isn't advice as such, but it's something that I learnt from one of the experts we work with, and it's about awake times. And a lot of people go to me when I say that, what do you mean? There are actually these rhythms that babies follow at each stage of their developmental journey that let you know how long they can stay awake for at any given time. And for me, I was wondering why I couldn't get my baby to sleep, why was she crying and restless, and it wasn't until I met a mothercraft nurse that I learned all of this information, and it actually formed a very big part of the initial content in our app. And in fact, it's the most popular content that we have. People are constantly coming back to understand what their baby needs at any given times, because when you put them down for sleep at those times, it is so much easier.
So a bit of the focus on you. What's the best advice, Emmy, you've been given as a woman?
It actually came from my mum, and it's to not get upset about things you can't change. And I think as women, naturally, we want to give our little ones what's best. We want to do everything perfectly, and we get a lot of mum guilt. And if you dwell on things, it really puts you in a really horrible state. So I always think if something's happened and it's out of my control, I just park it and move forward.
So thank you so much, Emmy, for joining us. You know, it's been a pleasure having you as part of our community and sharing those wonderful insights about, you know, what Kiindred can offer, and certainly your personal experiences as a mother. You know, I think that they can definitely help our community and, you know, enrich the family journey.